Hello, hello. It is a gorgeous Saturday in Winnipeg Beach, Manitoba. We are on Lake Winnipeg on the west side of Lake Winnipeg. This is the Marina, which is very quiet right now, but let me tell you, in a couple weeks, this will be chock-a-block with boats and jet skis. And if I recall, a chain link fence that would normally not have gotten us that close, but I guess it's not all prepped yet. There are a ton of squirrels around. We have the dog. Hey dog. He got a haircut, but he is very excited by the squirrels. But we thought since we were out here and it was such a flippin' gorgeous spring day, it's like literally plus 22 or something, sun's out, that we would take a walk around and show you a few things. The last time we were here, it was literally a week after Christmas maybe, and it was full of snow, very cold, but we have been out a couple times to start putting things in the cabin. We don't have our water on yet, so we can't stay, but that's okay. It's still fun to get it ready so that when it is safe to turn the water on, we're all good to go. There's a lot of people out this weekend. It doesn't seem like it here because we're in the trees, but lots of people getting their cabins ready for the season, doing some yard maintenance, cabin maintenance, hearing lots of saws and lawnmowers and stuff, which is pretty cool. This street right here is called Prospect, and in the busy summer season, it is one way, I believe, with a drastically reduced speed limit, because essentially the road is like, it's the road for like everybody walking and biking and skateboarding and running and stuff, so to not have too much cross traffic is perfect. But when we're not in season, it's a two-way normal speed stretch. You'll be able to see the lake really well soon. I'm not sure if you can see it through there. There's still a good amount of ice on there, farther out though. Some years the ice comes crawling up. Oh, it's hot. Comes crawling up the shore and it's all tinkly, crinkly sounding, and it's just really cool, but it didn't happen this year. Although I do see some ice up ahead, so maybe it is in some parts, but you could literally stand there and watch it slowly come up on shore and crush on top of itself. It's really cool. That Pleasant View, the second cabin there, that's an older cabin. I can't remember how old it was, but I recall seeing that on a site somewhere. In the summer when everything's nice and green, we'll definitely do some more, but there's some really, really old cabins in the area. Kind of back behind us. Also back behind us a couple blocks, which we'll do in another video, there's a bridge, and so this area is called the Winnipeg Beach townsite area, and then on the other side it's called Boundary Park. And the little bridge that takes you over this creek is considered the boundary of what was Manitoba and Northwest Territories.
That's right.
And there's a little sign there saying, oh, you're now entering the Northwest Territories, and it's very cool. And my husband says it every time we cross over to go see friends of ours. But yeah, just a neat little tidbit. This is a really fantastic set of tennis courts. We'll go a little closer. And in there, I don't know if you can see it, but there's a little lighthouse. I just got a lighthouse tattoo because that one inspired me, but we'll show you that in the summer too when it's nice and green. But how cool is this view for playing tennis in? My goodness. It'd be distracting. It'd be hot. On a hot day, these courts would be a little oven. But like, seriously, how gorgeous is this? Play some tennis overlooking the lake. Whew. Oh, there's some people sitting down there. don't know if you can see the little red and white symbol at the end of that pier, the stone pier. That's a very, very popular fishing spot. So this is your view when you're playing tennis. Kinda cool. I have no idea which way the wind is coming. It seems to be coming from all different directions, so hopefully it's not too loud. We'll head back out and get a real good shot of the lake. So the Winnipeg Beach area was originally designed as a resort town, which I guess it technically still is. In 1901, William White and 3 others, and William White was the vice president, or no, the president of CP Rail. They were cruising along the shores of Lake Winnipeg, the western shores, which are these shores, and they landed at a beautiful crescent. You'll see here it's quite a crescent.
Wasn't William White one of the homeowners of one of the other videos you did on?
Oh yeah, him and his kids lived in, I don't remember if it was the Crescentwood one, or their names keep popping up everywhere. But they stopped here on the boats, and they declared it Winnipeg Beach. So the arrival in 1901 of CP Rail, the actual railway, ended the waterway business, basically. Using the waterways was no longer the main trade conduit for moving goods. It then became the railway, obviously, faster, more efficient. By the 1900s, this area had been inhabited by the Icelandic, the Ukrainian, and British immigrants, along with, obviously, the original inhabitants of the indigenous people. But if you go to Gimli, we'll do a video. There's already bugs out. Oh my God. We'll do a video in Gimli, which is very, very Icelandic. It's really cool. Deserves its own video for sure. So Donald Arquette, or Arquet, he was a Scotsman who had a homesteaded in much of the area here. And he sold it to CPR for a hefty sum of $1,000 so that they could start to create their resort. Like, that feels like a bit of a steal. But he thought he was making it out big. He thought he was rich.
Even for back then. I think.
Even for back then, yeah. So there were similar seaside resorts at the peak in the early 1900s. It kind of became a thing. There was Blackpool in Great Britain, which if anybody watches Coronation Street, like I do, they'll know that Blackpool is still a place that people go for their little holidays, much like Winnipeg Beach. Oh, and Coney Island in New York, which is still very operational and very popular. So in 1901, William White had hoped for just 1 train a day to allow people to relax, enjoy the beach. He thought maybe he'd develop like a dance hall, have a few cottages, maybe a hotel. A gentleman by the name of Edward Windbank was the developer of the Empress Hotel, which was the fantastic hotel, the main hotel in Winnipeg Beach eventually. He ran out of money, so he offered to mortgage the hotel to CP Rail if they would give the money to finish the build, which they did. Oh, there's a little doggy. Oh, there's 2 doggies. Onyu, oh my goodness. Onyu is a whopping 17 pounds and sounds like an absolute maniac when we pass certain dogs. So some of the spots out here where it looks like it's ice, it's hard to tell because there's so many sandbars in the first parts of the lake. So it's like those birds there, are they standing on ice or are they standing on a sandbar? Looks like sand.
I think it's ice.
Really?
Yeah, I think that's a little bit of ice there.
I don't know.
You can sort of see the sandbars underneath the water. See
I
the stuff that's
guess.
melted?
Tough to tell.
You can almost see it moving too.
Tough to tell. We did the boardwalk here in our winter video, but we did it backwards, like we did it from the other end this way. So we thought we'd come this way. These guys have some pretty stunning views. The lake, there's the tennis courts. So the first train came to Winnipeg Beach from Winnipeg in 1903 with 500 people on it. And William White completely underestimated the popularity of this, and eventually, in very short order, ended up with 13 trains a day coming here. 13 trains a day. That'd be such a cool way to get here. I remember once Patrick was working in Kenora. He works with CP Rail, which is why these stories are always fun. And McKinley, my daughter, and I, we actually took the bus to Kenora because we got to go there and hang out with him a little. But like, even that was fun, you know? But imagine getting on a little train and just having a couple-hour ride, coming to the beach. That'd be awesome. So the route from Winnipeg to Winnipeg Beach actually became the most profitable stretch of CP Rail track in all of Canada because so many people wanted to come here and hang out. In 1911, they moved their station from very close to the lakefront to a back street, more for safety than anything. And that allowed businesses to grow between where the station was and the beach, which was kind of cool because people would have to walk from the station to the beach. And now people had an opportunity to make some money. Ooh, somebody's got a hammock. We gotta get a hammock. Oh, there's a huge amusement park. I think if you could see over where the water tower is, we'll get much closer to that. But over towards that end was the amusement park. And the roller coaster was built in 1919. And it was wooden for one thing, which is frightening. But it was massive. And actually a friend of ours, stepdad, remembers going on that roller coaster, which is awesome. Just let you enjoy the lake. Eventually they did build the dance hall that William White had envisioned. It was Western Canada's largest dance hall. It was built in 1924 and they had a 14,000 square foot dance floor. I've seen pictures of it. It didn't seem to have like a name to it or anything, but it looked pretty beautiful. It was all like hardwood floors, so I think like before it was shut down, people would like roller skate in there because it was all hardwoods. Yeah. It was pretty awesome.
I wish it was still in existence.
Oh, I know. Even to like salvage some of the floor wood. Like I know people salvage barn wood and use it for like shiplap and that kind of craft stuff. Home decor, because barn wood usually ends up pretty soft. Like smooth, not soft. Oh yeah, those might be little icebergs. Although it must be pretty shallow because they don't seem like they're moving anywhere and it's quite windy. So at the height of its popularity, there were sort of three main, there was the 13 trains a day. I don't think that schedule changed too much, but there were three main trains. There was the picnic trains, which I assume ran mostly on the weekends and were probably set to arrive here mid-morning, probably set to depart mid-afternoon. There was the daily moonlight train, which brought the young adults home shortly after midnight. And I remember reading that they would, you know, a little tipsy, they had some fun, want to get a little kissy kissy on the way home, so they would shut all the train lights off, and the conductors and the CP railway workers would turn them on, and the kids on the train would turn them all off, and they would go back and forth until finally the conductor just gave up and let them have the lights off. Look at those rocks. This kind of makes you realize how rocky the beach is. Well, not the beach, but the water. Beautiful sand though. The other one that was interesting is the train that they called the daddy train, which families would come out and spend the whole week out here type of thing, and the fathers would stay in the city and work. And then every Friday afternoon there would be a daddy train where all the men who were working in the city got on and would come out so that they could spend the rest of the weekend with their families out at the lake. Just thought it was kind of funny, the names they gave it. And by 1942, 11,000 people were on a train at some point to get to the lake on weekends. This is all like public park, essentially. In the summer, it's very, very green, so we'll definitely come back and show you. But these picnic tables, like, families set up shop here for the day. There are full-on delicious smelling barbecue feasts occurring all over the park. It's awesome. And the very last passenger train to leave Winnipeg Beach was in 1960. Kind of a bummer. Like I said, I think it'd be really cool. Oh, there's some people on the sand with the puppy. I don't know if you watched our winter Winnipeg Beach video. I think it was on the other side of these rocks here is where that ice inukshuk was. It was beautiful. Pat took a fantastic photo of it. It's actually the cover thumbnail for that video. There's a playground here. Oh, there's some people having a fire. This would have been a great day to come with the fam. There was a day earlier on where we were out at the cabin and we saw some people giving it a very valiant try to enjoy a barbecue and picnic with their family, but golly, it was chilly still. Because the wind off this lake, she can be fierce and she can be cold. But it's thawing out. See, that's why I assumed some of the ice was a sandbar, because this bit right here in the beginning, that's sand. So the other ones, maybe they were sandbars with a tiny layer of ice on top, I don't know. Through there you can see the start of the townsite. That's actually where we started our last video. Oh, these guys have a hammock, a little shelter, tons of food. That's great. Ooh, they had a metal detector. That's a cool idea. So there's not too many stores or buildings from back in the day that are still standing in the town of Winnipeg Beach. We'll walk back through that way. There are a couple. There's like a church and an arcade of all places. I mean, back then it was well, it's still called Playland, but I'm sure it had a different type of game before. What a gorgeous shot that is. Oh, somebody's taking some chances. Oh, that looked like an ankle twister. I think he's gonna get right to that snow. And if you went straight across here, you'd end up in Grand Beach. Victoria Beach, Patricia Beach, Grand Beach, they're all across the lake here. And if you carried on the lake that way, you'd hit Gimli and then eventually Hecla and then, gosh, eventually Hudson Bay. Is that where it essentially goes? It would take a while. So there are tons of cars lining Main Street. I guess they're all part of barbecues. There's a lot of motorcycles. Everybody's out for motorcycle rides. Oh, speaking of motorcycles, a very, very, very cool story. So back in 1914 was sort of the height of popularity of the resort. Trains were running like crazy, but there was not a lot of road infrastructure for cars. So I don't even know if you could fully get here by car at that time.
Nope.
So motorcycle clubs were very big back then. And a contest was put out where the first person who rode a motorcycle from Winnipeg to Winnipeg Beach, they would win. I don't remember what they would win, but they would win. So lots of people tried, didn't quite make it, but a teenage girl named Sadie Grimm, she made it. She got all the way here. She used back roads, dirt roads, ditches, whatever, and she got here. Because she was a girl, everyone just assumed, and she beat the guys and did something the guys couldn't do, everybody assumed that she had cheated. So they didn't actually give her the prize. So she said, okay, if I can get back to Winnipeg, do I win? And they're like, yeah, okay. So she rode back to Winnipeg, a different route even on the way back, and she won. So Sadie Grimm, teenage girl on her motorcycle. So we actually we're trying to come up with a name for our cabin. And we love the Sadie Grimm story, but our friends have a dog named Sadie. So it would be weird if we named it like Sadie's Cabin or something, Sadie's Corner. There are more people on the beach than I thought there would be. What happened? And here, I think for like 50 bucks, you can get a name put in your stone. So we'll probably do that this year. Should we turn down here? Or do you want to go to the tower? Or not that far?
Okay, well, how much time do we have?
It's only been like 25 minutes.
Yeah, we'll go up here and then go up there. Or around, sure.
Yeah, maybe we'll go around.
There's a lot of information there.
We'll come back up that way?
Yeah, sure.
Or at least cut in. You know what? Maybe let's do that now.
Okay.
Very indecisive. So I think what's on these little boards will just reiterate sort of the key highlights. Such a cute little space. I hope any of the places that had to shut down from COVID, something really great fills the space. So there's Playland, the one where it's white writing and not the blue background, although both buildings are together. That was built in 1939. It's really cool inside too. Oh yeah, here's the Daddy Train and the Moonlight Special. All aboard. Oh, this is the hotel. And the hotel, it burned to the ground, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, destroyed by fire in the 1930s. That's pretty stunning. So for our thoughts, we believe that it would have been over in the very, very beginning corner, just kind of based on the photos. There it is in the corner. Oh, it had like a wraparound porch. Oh, see, that's our dog. Sounding crazy. Oh, yep.
There's the original tower still there.
This is just a shot of how the beaches were busy. See, that's what our dog sounds like with certain other dogs. Super fun, not embarrassing at all.
Could you hear that?
Oh my god. They're putting like tubs in the water. So this is what some of the town looked like. We've looked at some pictures and maps and stuff, and it's kind of hard to place. This is still in existence.
This was in 1908.
So that's when everything just kind of got started. Very cool. And this is the tower. We'll go see that. Built in 1928. Oh yeah, here you can see. So yeah, the roller coaster is over by where we're gonna walk.
There's the water tower. There's the roller coaster.
Can you show the dance hall in the corner there, over there? Yeah.
There's the dance hall.
So I think the hotel was to the left of the dance hall there.
Over
so like
here somewhere, I think.
Yeah. And so what's still standing is right here, this church, which I think we had in our last beach video, our winter one. And these are just some really old photos. It's pretty cool. There's some really great websites that tell you the full history if you want to know more than just my sort of Cole's Notes version. It's a beautiful area. And tons and tons and tons of cottages now. And like I said, some of them are super old. Ooh, switch hands here. Skateboarding. Oh, packing up for the day. Got some beach volleyball, sand pit area. They have like a curling club, a community center. Like there's lots in Winnipeg Beach that is open year round because there are residents in the surrounding rural area, and there are also year-round cottagers here. Yeah. Fire department right there, which is handy. That kept our insurance a little lower. There's park services, and there is up on my right, it may be open now, so we might not be able to walk through it, but a provincial campground. Although I'm not sure if it's like a tent campground or if it's a specific to campers, because we always see campers. But maybe we just see them because those are the pull-through sites that you can see kind of from the pathway. Not sure.
So the roller coaster was
like right here almost. And now there's a playground, which is cool. Bathrooms, change rooms. This is where you jumped in the snow, but you didn't land in the snow because it was all hard. It was a valiant attempt. And just beyond the water tower is the dog beach, which our dog loves. He does not go in the water. He's a big chicken. We put him in the water. He's not a fan, but it cools him off. It gets real hot here. And he does swim. Just not by choice.
I think Chewy hates swimming too.
Yeah, I'm not sure if his brother Chewy, who you'll probably meet at some point in a video. I don't know if he likes water too much either. And so our dog, he has hair instead of fur. Like he doesn't have fur, he doesn't shed. And his hair is very fine, very thin. And holy cow, can sand stick to it. So I like letting him go to the dog beach. It's a lot of fun for him, but whoa. He sheds sand for like a day and a half after, and he gets it in his eyes because he's a digger and he loves to dig. And then it just oozes out of his eyes when he wakes up from naps. It's quite gross. But we figured out how to deal with it. We just pour water over them. So this is the Winnipeg Beach Water Tower. This was designed and constructed in 1928 by Vulcan Ironworks Limited of Winnipeg, which was the company in our Wolseley live video, who apparently has one of their original fire hydrants still located in Wolsey. We could not find it, but I thought it was kind of cool because I knew that they also did this water tower. It's 40 meters high, has a 90,000 liter capacity, and provided a source of pressurized water for steam locomotives, fire protection for the resort, and anything else they needed it to do. But now it's non-operational. However, I don't know if anybody watched that really fantastic show called Falcon Beach, which was not at Falcon Beach, it was filmed in Winnipeg Beach. I think one of the characters' brothers climbed the tower and fell or something. I don't know, but it was on TV. I'd say, you know, watch Falcon Beach. You can see all sorts of stuff from Winnipeg Beach, but it's actually a really terrible show. Oh, I don't think this is supposed to be a pond. This is dry in the summer. Is this supposed to be a pond? Interesting. Never have I ever seen this full of water.
There's a pump right here. I think they just fill it.
Or drain it?
And then drain it. Sure.
Weird. We walk through here on the way to the dog beach all the time. It's bone dry. Do you want to go around it then and head back that way?
Sure, unless you want to take him for a walk on the dog beach. No?
No, it would take too much to get him back. We don't have his treats.
Another time.
Yeah. Next weekend, maybe. He's pretty funny to watch on the beach, I'll be honest. But in order to get him to come back and go back on his leash, you gotta give the boy a treat. Because he ain't leaving the beach for nothing. So we'll walk around this pond we've never seen before. You can see the provincial park. Oh, the tree chopped down. Oh my gosh, it's so hot when you're out of the wind. The wind that comes off the water, like, I mean, it's like plus 22, 23, 24 today. Didn't feel like it next to the water. But now we're like this tiny little berm away from the water. And it feels like the right temperature. So in here is the provincial park where you can camp. And we walked through there last weekend just for fun. And it's way bigger than I thought. But like you'd pull your camper right on that sandy bit there. There's water hookups of some kind. Lots of kitties here today. It's nice how they made the park private though. Like in the summer, all these vines are full of greenery and you really can't see in. We walked through a bunch of the sites though, and some of them are not very private. But I guess if you're all between your campers, that provides the privacy maybe? I don't know. And I think we pop out behind, I think the first building was the fire department. Winnipeg Beach, I get their notices by email because I signed up for them. And they have pickleball during the week and some kind of sewing club, I think. So if you live in the area, you could participate in those sorts of things. There's more than that, but those are the ones I've seen recently. So there's a few streets to the townsite, like the commercial side of Winnipeg Beach. And some of them, like there's a little motel along here. I think there's a Airbnb type place. There's a post office. There's a grocery store. I think there's a bank. There's the town office, which we go to get our pass for the dump and pay our taxes and stuff, property tax. But mostly it's this main drag here. Ooh, there is also a awesome antiques slash candy store, but it's tiny, and as such, it was closed last year for COVID, so I'm not sure if she'll open this year. I hope so, 'Cause it sure is fun to look around in there. Pick up the odd thing. We'll be passing the, what's that thing called where they do the concerts? The grandstand?
Grandstand, yeah.
Whatever it's called.
Center stage.
Yeah, there were no concerts last year. The year before, we didn't have a cabin here the year before, but we had a friend and we were fortunate enough to have the use of their cabin when they weren't using it. And the concerts, ooh, they would draw a ton of people. And they were mostly like cover bands, like 80s rock cover band type thing, 90s rock. And so there was none.
Sometimes they have jazz and stuff, don't they?
Oh, I don't know about jazz. Maybe. I can't remember. It's mostly rock and roll. And this year I've seen a bunch of notifications saying concerts are on unless we're told otherwise. So they have a pretty big lineup for the summer. Oh, this is now called Trebles. That's not what that was before.
Mm-hmm.
It was a woman's name, wasn't it?
Yep.
I can't remember.
Yeah.
Oops. Oh, you.
I think it was like Jamaican type.
I'm pretty sure it was a Jamaican restaurant, yeah. These guys are open. Not sure what this little pink one was, if it's open. If you do watch Falcon Beach, I think the pink one is where the hair salon, quote unquote, was. This Winnipeg Beach Hotel, I don't know the date of it, but I think it was a very early on building. That's not how you say that, but that's, you know what I mean.
Yep.
It's been here for a long time. This is the official entrance to the boardwalk, even though it continues on. Either way. Okay. Want me to take him?
No.
Oh, okay. Few restaurants, hopefully they are all serving this summer. Even if they're not dine-in, all of them. So the lane where everybody's parked right now, if I recall, those lanes become patio spaces out onto the road, which is pretty great. And this is the grandstand. Pretty sure this was featured in Falcon Beach as well.
That playland's been around since
Yeah,
I was a kid.
well, since 1929, I think. And the one to the left with the blue behind the word playland, I think they were joint. Like, I think it was one thing, and that's just a secondary sign because this yellow building is also an arcade, but they are not affiliated with each other at all. It was kind of funny because the yellow one had signs on the door saying absolutely no ice cream, no food or drink inside. And people walk around with ice cream and stuff all summer. And so the gray one was like, you can come in with your ice cream, we don't care, on their sign. So I'm not sure how they get along, but whatever. So here is a few more of the restaurants. Shenanigans was open all year, which was awesome. We get our breakfast there sometimes when we're out here. Yeah, and Shenanigans, the second one there, has a live cam that shows you this all year round. So we kind of kept an eye on like the snow level and if the water was melted at all. Lots of picnics happening, that's great. And it's so funny, it's like nobody knows quite how to dress right now.
Look at this
like,
Volkswagen.
That's awesome.
It looks like Roy's Woody on
on Coronation Street, but in Volkswagen form. That's really nice.
It's a rollback convertible too.
Yeah. It's called Dolly.
What kind of car is that?
I don't know.
Oh, I gotta take a picture of this.
Auto House Spangenberger. Is this yours?
Yeah.
Oh, it's beautiful.
Gorgeous.
What kind of car is it?
It's a Citroen. It's called a Visible.
Wow.
Yeah, and we bought it from a German family back in the 90s when we were in Europe.
Oh my goodness.
We used it as a second car, and it was just kind of
deteriorating, so we decided to fix it up.
It's absolutely stunning.
It's stunning. I've never seen anything like it.
Wow,
Yeah,
that's
on
beautiful.
French movies, you'll see them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, even on Pink Panther movies.
Oh, get out.
Yeah, there's one where they drive one of these into a pool.
Oh.
Really?
So is that the logo for Citroen? The V, upside down V's?
Yeah, like the CV stood for Citroën Vapeur.
Okay.
Like
Okay.
a steam, two steam horsepower.
Oh.
That's what it stood for.
Okay.
It has it's a 2-cylinder boxer motor like the
Yep.
Pancake,
Okay.
and yeah, it puts out 28 horsepower.
Okay.
Not very
Oh.
much.
It's lovely.
Yeah.
We were watching a show filmed in Spain and it had
Yeah.
a similar
That
logo.
symbol.
And we're like,
That's-
what kind of car is that? So, oh wow.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah.
Very cool. Enjoy the rest of your day.
Yeah,
Thank
take
you.
care, thanks.
Well, that was not a VW bug at all.
That is cool.
That was really an attractive car. Very cool couple. So there's the Dairy Bee, one of the main ice cream spots. That blue building there was a bookstore. Now I think it's nothing, which is a shame. This little plaza here, this sort of peachy colored end bit here, used to have a couple stores in there that were fun to look through, but I think they're all closed now. They had a little antique store there and it's gone now, but, and a little beach supply, I don't know. You could buy towels and trinkets and things like that, and it's closed now too. So here, if we were to go right, we'd be back to the boardwalk, which is, I think, the way we went in our winter video, back to the lifeguard station. But we'll head up this way.
And at the end of this street is that church.
It's the old church and the CP Rail caboose. And then maybe we'll end, we should probably cross here because the sidewalk ends, at where they moved the station to, because I think there's a little plaque where the station ended up having its home. So you can see little nods to the railway throughout this town. It's kind of cool. I think this is like a yoga type studio. I think there's a dog groomer here too, which may come in handy in the summer. Oh, this is a drugstore now. Hello. So that's also pretty cool. I didn't realize it was open yet. Yeah, Sitting Pretty Dog Grooming. Yeah. So these are year-round washrooms / change rooms. Closed for the season still, but back behind that little building is like an outhouse that's open year-round.
They should be opening up in...
Yeah, I assume May long. Oh my goodness, this is just such a nice day. I hope anybody watching is having a lovely day and gets to enjoy good weather. We've been handed some pretty strange weather lately. Random snow squalls, rainy, cold, windy. So this is a real treat. And we are definitely away from the water now, and it is definitely hotter than at the water. This stretch of the walk in the summer when we're out walking with the dog, like we're not far from our cabin, but when it's like plus 30, oh my God, it feels like we're far from our cabin. This is an Italian restaurant. I think they're playing, it's either Roy Orbison or Johnny Cash. I don't know. So this is the church. 1907. Look at that stained glass, that's cool. It's a lighthouse. That's pretty nice, hey? Angel. The Winnipeg Beach Heritage Site, 1907. Everyone welcome. I'll go in front of it. There's a skate park. That's the grocery store. There's Pizza Place, which is like the best pizza. Skate park is busy. Do you want to cross over and then we'll be able to see the platform? This was donated by CP Rail. I think this, oh, let's see what it says. It's sometimes a museum. Yeah, the first train was 1903. By 1910, up to 15 trains daily. Caboose generously restored and maintained by Winnipeg Beach and Village of Donator Lakeside Lions Club. That's awesome. The whistle blew at 11:45 p.m. and the train left at midnight. And if you missed it, you were camping out. But I think you can see inside. We'll see. Because it's normally, like I said, normally a museum. No, I think all I see is the reflection. Oh, maybe not. All I'm seeing is the reflection, I think, dear. What side should we walk on? I mean, it's only trees there. But it's only trees there, so it doesn't really matter.
Are you looking for the station?
Yeah, that's up here. Yeah. So this is just another little cottage nook.
You can follow the main tracks in.
Wow. A piece of history. So this track is actually still in use. And it's twice a week.
Yep.
And so there is a... Is it still Seagram's? It's called Diago or whatever.
I'm not sure if it's twice a week or
maybe just once a week.
Thursday, yeah.
I think maybe every Thursday. And so they call it the whiskey train now because it basically brings alcohol from the plant north of Gimli to the city. And that's where they make, it's Crown Royal, right dear?
Yep.
So you see those commercials for Crown Royal in the purple velvet bag. Wasn't it voted like the best
whiskey in North America?
Oh, here's the wind. Sorry if that's really loud. So it only comes Thursday morning and Thursday evening? Something like that? I heard it go by once.
I think it goes up and then back that evening.
Yeah.
So it comes in the morning and then leaves in the evening.
So it's not a busy track. But it is still in use.
But this was the track that brought all those people in.
Yep.
The station just
13, 15 trains a day. That's pretty crazy when you think about it. So because there's only one track though, it would be like in, out, in, out, in, out, in, out.
Yeah, same
Like
train.
it's not like, yeah.
In, out.
And so this is the park where everybody has their picnics. Normally it would be full towards the road here, but everybody's close to the water. It's not too busy. Blue sky. Our cabin is just one cabin off of the tracks, which is not a big deal because it runs once a week. So if anybody has any ideas of what we should name our cabin, we've tried to come up with railroad related words. We like Sadie Grim, but we're not gonna call it Sadie. But we like Grim, but then Grim sounds a little depressing. We found a couple of railroad related words. I can't remember what they are now.
Yeah, there was a French one that you said.
Yeah. Yeah, like a space in a rail car, like a sleeper car. I don't remember. We don't want to just use our last name. There's some cabins called like Pleasant View and Moonlight Vista and stuff like that. But if anybody has any ideas, feel free to comment below. I don't know. I want to say couchette, but I know that's not it.
Yeah, you're close.
We'll look it up later. So they have sort of a garden. It doesn't look very gardeny right now because we're...
Passenger coach. How do you say passenger coach?
I don't know. The garden will be, I think it's full of flowers and stuff in the summer. Maybe we'll do a bike ride by it in the summer. 1903, when the first train rolled into Winnipeg Beach, the railway station was located directly on the waterfront, which I mentioned earlier. In 1911, CP Rail constructed a new larger station and shelter and added more tracks to accommodate the increased volume of visitors. This is where the original water tank was?
I think this was the water tank.
Oh.
And that's the base of it.
The original water tower hexagon foundation remains at this site.
Right there.
So this would be it. Part of it anyway. This is where the water... The dog just ate something. Where the water tower was that was next to the station. I wonder what this would have been. Next to it. Can you see in the picture? Not really. Oh, this little box maybe?
Probably this little box, I guess. I don't know what that was. Little doors. Little foyer, I guess.
So if that's there, then the station would have been
right there.
Right there.
Yep. No road.
So then you'd have to, I guess, the town site is what they were talking about by
the
having the businesses. Oh yeah, because the
around
hotel, the dance hall was like right there, and the hotel would have been here-ish.
Mm-hmm.
And so to get to like the public beach, I assume over there, you'd go down. That's why they were saying, oh, it's a great opportunity for businesses because people have to walk past them to get to the beach. So cool.
Come on, buddy.
So that was just our little dog walk for the day. We thought we'd film it and show off this beautiful little town. And we hope everybody enjoyed it. Oh, Onya wants to say goodbye. Oh, yeah. Hey, bud. You say no? You gonna say goodbye?
Can you say goodbye, buddy?
No, he's too busy looking for squirrels. Have a great weekend, everyone. Thanks for watching.